Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity, resilience, and success. Understanding grit, more than just tough skin. Many people mistakenly think grit means just being tough or stubborn. However, true grit is much deeper than simple mental hardness. It is the ability to stick with something you care about for years, not just weeks. It is having a long-term vision that guides your daily efforts, even when progress feels incredibly slow or non-existent. Grit requires both sustained effort and unwavering interest in a major goal. When you understand grit, you see it as not about brute force, but about focused, enduring passion. Grit versus talent, why effort beats natural skill. When aiming for big goals, people often fixate on raw talent. We tell ourselves that some people are simply born with an advantage. The truth, backed by extensive research, shows a different picture. Consistent, dedicated effort over a long period surpasses natural skill almost every time. Talent gives you a fast start, but grit keeps you moving when the talented person quits. Think of it like a marathon versus a sprint. Talent might help you jump ahead in the first mile, the sprint. People admire your speed early on. Grit ensures you finish all 26.2 miles per marathon. It is the relentless pacing and refusal to stop when your legs burn. Studies consistently show that high achievers are not defined solely by IQ or innate ability. They are defined by their capacity to work hard, rebound from failure, and stick to their chosen path. Here is how effort outweighs talent. Practice creates skill. Even the most talented guitarist must practice thousands of hours to master an instrument. Effort turns potential into performance. Talent plates out. Without grit, talented individuals often hit a wall and become frustrated when things get difficult for the first time. Grit is measurable. Talent is often fixed. Grit, however, is a quality you can measure, improve, and apply to any area of your life. It builds on itself, creating momentum. How passion fuels your perseverance. Perseverance, the backbone of grit, is hard to maintain if you do not genuinely care about the outcome. This is where passion enters the equation. Grit is not about forcing yourself through tasks you hate, it is about persevering through tasks that lead you to a goal you deeply love. If your goal is just a temporary interest or something someone else told you to pursue, your dedication will fade fast. It is easy to quit when the work becomes repetitive or boring because the underlying motive is weak. True passion acts as an unbreakable anchor during tough times. When you genuinely care about the mission, setbacks feel temporary. A failure is not a sign to stop, but a piece of information to help you adjust your strategy. Sacrifice is easier. Giving up free time or comfort for the sake of your work feels worthwhile, not draining. Energy is replenished. Working on something meaningful actually recharges you, providing the sustained motivation needed for long-term goals. Ask yourself, does your current goal light a fire inside you? If you are working towards something that truly excites you, you possess the internal fuel required to push through years of struggle. That love keeps your feet moving, building the perseverance that defines unbreakable strength. Practical steps to forge your mental toughness now. Mental toughness is not a trait you inherit. It is a muscle. Like any muscle, you build it through focused use and resistance, especially when things get hard. The good news is that you do not need to wait for a crisis to start training. You can implement simple, high-impact strategies today that will harden your resolve for the year ahead. These actions turn abstract ideas about grit into concrete daily habits, preparing you for the inevitable difficulties you will face on your journey to 2026. Setting impossible goals, the power of a clear North Star. Grit requires a long-term focus, and that focus comes from having a North Star goal. We are not talking about small, quarterly tasks, but massive, meaningful objectives that might take years to achieve. These are the goals that feel slightly impossible when you first write them down. Why is an impossible goal so effective for building grit? It redefines setbacks. When your ultimate goal is huge, a single failure, like missing a deadline or losing a client, is minor in the grand scheme. Setbacks become road bumps, not roadblocks. Your North Star gives context to the pain. It demands planning. A truly massive goal cannot be met with random effort. It forces you to plan strategically, defining milestones and developing strong habits to sustain years of work. It forces growth. You quickly realize that to achieve this goal, you must become a different person. This goal pushes you out of your comfort zone consistently, which is the only way to solidify your mental strength. Make sure your North Star is crystal clear. It must be specific, measurable, and tied directly to the passion we discussed earlier. If you know exactly where you are sailing, you never get truly lost when the storms hit. The one more step rule when you feel like quitting. Everyone faces moments when they want to throw in the towel, especially when facing years of sustained effort. Mental fatigue is real, and the whole objective can suddenly feel overwhelming. This is the moment to deploy the one more step rule. Instead of fighting the feeling of being overwhelmed, shrink your focus immediately. Do not think about finishing the entire project or even the rest of the week. Focus only on the single next smallest action you can take. This tactic works because it bypasses the emotional center of defeat and engages the part of your brain that handles simple execution. You are not asking yourself to power through 3 more chapters of work, you are asking yourself to write 1 more sentence. Here is how you execute the rule. Acknowledge the urge to quit. Say, I want to stop. Do not suppress the feeling. Define the next micro step. Identify the smallest, most achievable task required, such as sending 1 email, doing 1 more push-up, or reading the next paragraph. Execute the step. Tell yourself, just this 1 step, then I can stop. Re-evaluate. Often, once you have taken that 1 step, the momentum shifts slightly, and the massive problem feels less daunting. You are building a habit of follow-through, not heroic efforts. This constant, small victory strengthens your inner voice against defeat, preparing you for the long haul to 2026. Embracing productive failure, learning from setbacks. Mental toughness is not about avoiding failure, it is about how quickly you recover from it. Many people stop pursuing greatness because they view mistakes as personal flaws or final verdicts. Gritty individuals see failure as necessary data collection. Think of failure as an integral part of the testing process. You ran an experiment, your attempt, and the results showed you what did not work. This is valuable information. You cannot truly improve or succeed without this kind of input. To use failure productively, you need a quick, analytical review process. Detach emotion. The moment an effort fails, separate the disappointment from the analysis. Acknowledge the frustration, but do not let it control the next step. Ask why and what next. Do not dwell on I am not good enough. Instead, ask what specifically caused this result and, based on this information, what is my immediate course correction? Implement the fix immediately. The learning decays the longer you wait. Analyze the data, hypothesize a fix, and apply it to the very next task. This action prevents the mistake from becoming a barrier to continued effort. This mindset transforms perceived weaknesses into strengths. Every mistake is just feedback telling you exactly where to adjust your aim so you hit the bullseye next time. This ability to analyze without self-criticism is central to developing the unbreakable strength required for any long-term goal. Grit isn't built overnight, it's shaped through every challenge you face. Stay tuned for part 2, where we go deeper into how to strengthen your mindset for real, lasting endurance. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment. Until next time, keep shining brightly. Thank you for watching.